언제부터였을까.
Next morning, when he woke up, he heard a door knock. He looked at the time and it was 7 o'clock. He noticed that you were still sleeping soundly. He quickly woke up and opened the door. When he saw Grandmom, Jungkook yawning. Grandma, what happened? Grandma entered inside the room and saw you sleeping on the couch. Grandmom, is she still sleeping? Jungkook, yes, actually. Grandmom, and why is she sleeping on the couch? She looked at him and Jungkook was silent as he was finding an excuse. Grandmom, wait, do you sleep separately? When you heard some noise, so you slowly opened your eyes while rubbing them. Jungkook, oh no, Grandma, what are you saying? I love my wine so much and we sleep on the same bed. It's just she was not feeling well yesterday and her back was paining, so she slept on the couch. Grandmom, really? Jungkook showed his big bunny eyes and nodded. Jungkook, yes, I don't lie. You woke up and stood up. Grandmom, why are you late? You looked at her and then at clock. Grandmom, how can you be so careless? Wine, don't be like your mother-in-law. You should wake up at 5 a.m. sharp. Don't get so lazy. You have to cook food for your family. You have to do so much work. How will you do so if you will not wake up early? You were just looking at her silently. Somewhere in your mind you were stressed and worried about your sister. Jungkook was feeling bad for you. Jungkook, Grandma, you don't know her. She wake up so early. It's today when she got little bit late. Because she was not well yesterday, that's why. Grandmom, whatever Jungkook, it's her responsibility to wake up early and make breakfast for her husband and family. Wine, come down fast. By saying this, she left. Jungkook looked at you concerned when you silently went to washroom to take bath. When you came outside, Jungkook went towards you and made you sit on the bed. Jungkook, I'm sorry, Vine. I know you are upset, but Grandmom is just like this. Just ignore her words. She is not bad, but strict. So don't get worried or stressed. You looked at him. Vine, I'm not upset. Jungkook, really? But you behaved different yesterday. Vine, huh? Me? No. I was just tired. By saying this, you left downstairs. You texted that unknown number. You text, who are you? How do you know me and my sister? By texting this, you went towards Grandmom. Grandmom, Vine, go and cook breakfast. Vine, but I don't know how to cook. Grandmom, what? You are a girl. You don't know how to cook. Mrs. John came. Mrs. John, what happened, Mom? I will cook, no problem. When Jungkook and Mr. John came downstairs, Grandmom, but she is a girl and every girl should know how to cook. Jungkook, it's not important, Grandma. Everybody looked at him. Jungkook, it's not only girls' duty to cook. Boys can also cook and don't force her to cook. Grandmom, Jungkook, why are you saying what if both have to live separate? Then how will you survive? Who will cook? Jungkook, I will cook. I know cooking. I will cook for me and my wife. Grandmom, why will you cook? Jungkook, Grandmom, please. I don't know what your thoughts and mentality is, but for me, it's not important who cooks food or who goes to office. I like girls who are independent and work. And yes, Wine is a businesswoman. She do work in office and yesterday we lied to you about her health as she have to go to office for some important meeting. I will support my wife whenever she will need me. Everybody looked at Jungkook. Mr. and Mrs. John were so shocked while Grandmom was looking at him in disbelief. Grandmom, Jungkook, shut up! You were not like this. You never disagreed with me. But now you are married and you have changed. Jungkook, But, Grandmom, get lost, Jungkook. Don't show me your face. You have really changed. You disrespected me today. Jungkook sighed and left the house and went to office. Everybody looked at him worried. Grandmom went to her room. Mrs. John, he is frustrated and I am worried now. Where will he go? Mr. John, he is not a kid, honey. And today, I don't know why I am really impressed by my son. He have the guts to say the truth. Mrs. John, yeah, that's true. He is not like you. He can support his wife. Mr. John looked with the corner of his eyes at Mrs. John. You were confused that why he took stand for you, wine in mind. He loved his grandmom so much, but today he fought with her for me. Why? When you got a message from the unknown number, text, I am helping you, telling you the truth that your sister is in danger. Find her as soon as possible. Otherwise, you got worried by seeing this. Why in text? If you know where she is, then why don't you tell me? Unknown text. I know she is in danger, but when I will find out, I will tell you where she is. But she is in trouble. You started panicking and went inside your room and locked it. You quickly called your detective to find out about the unknown number, but then you got a call from your mother, Mrs. Kim. Vine, how are you? Vine, I am fine, Mom. How are you? Mrs. Kim, I am also fine. I just called you because I was calling Luna, but she is not picking my call. Can you please call her? I think she is upset from us. Tell her to call me. Your hands were shaking and you were somehow controlling your tears and cut the call. But then you got a message from Luna. Luna, hello Viney, how are you? You looked at the message and was little surprised and confused. You quickly called her. Vine on call. Unni? Luna, yes fine, hello, how are you? Vine, I'm fine, but how are you? I mean, where are you now? Why were you not picking my calls? Luna, Vine, calm down. What happened? I'm totally fine. Actually, I'm in New York now. Me and Michael are in New York and we both got married. I'm so happy and that's all because of you. Thank you so much. And maybe I didn't pick your calls because I was in flight to New York and that's why my phone was not reachable. You are now relieved that your sister is safe. Vine, wow, that's nice. Congratulations, Unni. But why are you in New York? Luna, actually, I was having a photo shoot in New York and we both have to go there. So we decided not to delay our wedding and get married there. And Vine, I will share my wedding pics with you also. Vine relieved and smiled. That's nice. When will you come back? Luna, most probably after 1 week. Vine, alright, nice. And yeah, call to mom also. She was worried about you. Luna, alright. But I'm really upset from them. But it's okay, I will contact them. Vine, yeah, and please stay in contact with me. And don't off your phone. And meet me when you will come back. Luna, okay, fine, my little sister. Any other orders? Vine, no, it's enough. When you both chuckled and cut the call. You finally took a relieved breath and was now happy that your sister is happy and safe. But this happiness was not for a longer period. Then you got a message from an unknown number. When you opened your phone and saw that unknown contact who was texting you, Vine talking to herself. Who is this? Why is he texting me like this? And he is fake, of course. He is just trying to fool me. Unknown number. There is a news for you, baby girl. You texted. Shut your dirty mouth. I know you're fooling me about my sister. I know the truth, so don't you dare to text me. Unknown number. Yeah, you are smart. Yes, I was fooling you. But this time, I'm serious. Your husband is in danger. Vine text. Get lost, you nonsense. Don't you dare to fool me again. Unknown number. Alright then. My job was to warn you once, but others is your choice. Vine talking to herself. Yeah, I know he's lying. You were silent for a while when Jungkook's smiling face and his last night peck on your cheeks, and today when he fought for you, everything flashed into your mind and your heart starting beating so fast and you were worrying so much. You hurriedly went downstairs and went towards your car. Mrs. John, Vine, where are you going? But you went outside and didn't heard her. While driving, you were calling Jungkook and he was not picking. But after so many calls, he picked your call. Jungkook on call. Hello? Vine worrying and panicking. Jungkook, where are you? Jungkook concerned. Vine, I am on my way to office, but what happened? Why are you worried? Vine, Jungkook. Suddenly you heard a bang. It was a voice, some kind of accident or car crash. Your heart skipped a beat. Vine, Jungkook, hello? But there was no reply from the other end. You were panicking so much when you quickly raced your car, and after a while you reached at the place where you saw his car. It was badly crashed. Your heart skipped a beat. Your legs were trembling. You went outside the car and went towards it, which was surrounded by people. All the people were just standing there and looking at the car, but nobody was helping. Your legs were feeling lifeless and you were having difficulty in moving. But somehow you reached near the driver's seat and saw him injured. Your heart skipped a beat. You were crying and sobbing so badly. Jungkook was in critical condition. His car had been severely damaged in the accident and he was trapped inside. He had sustained multiple injuries, including cuts, bruises, and possibly more severe injuries, and he was unconscious. His life hung in the balance, and the paramedics were desperately working to stabilize him and get him out of the wrecked vehicle. You were filled with fear and despair when ambulance arrived and took him to the hospital. You could see the paramedics doing their best to save him, but Jungkook's condition was grave. His life was at risk and your heart ached as you stood by, helpless and praying for him to pull through. You could only hope that the medical team could work their magic and save your Jungkook. In the sterile cold hospital room, you sat huddled in a corner, your heart heavy with worry and your eyes swollen from crying. You clutched your trembling hands together in a desperate prayer, your words whispered with fervor as you begged for Jungkook's recovery. Your tears fell like raindrops, each one carrying a piece of your heartache. Jungkook lay on the hospital bed, hooked up to various machines, his face pale and battered. Tubes and wires connected him to life-saving equipment, a stark reminder of the fragile thread that held him between life and death. The room echoed with the steady beeping of the heart monitor and constant reminder of the precarious nature of his condition. Your heart ached as you gazed at Jungkook, your soul entangled with his. You longed for him to wake up, for the warmth of his hand, for the reassuring sound of his voice. The fear that he might never open his eyes again was unbearable, and you felt utterly helpless. In your quiet corner, you continued to pray, promising anything and everything if only Jungkook could be spared. Your love for him poured out through your silent prayers, each word etched with the deepest emotion. You couldn't lose him. Mrs. John called you. Mrs. John on call. Vine, what happened, dear? You went from home so hurriedly. Is everything fine? Vine on call, crying and sobbing. Mom, actually, Mrs. John worried. Vine, daughter, what happened? Why are you crying? Vine, Mom, Jungkook got into accident. Mrs. John's heart skipped a beat. Mrs. John panicked. Jungkook, what? Why? Where are you? When the call cut. When Mr. and Mrs. John rushed to the hospital, they saw your condition. You were all red after crying and sobbing. Mrs. John started crying and came towards you. Mrs. John, why? Dear, stop crying. He is fine. I know. Don't take stress, please. You nodded, but you and Mrs. John were still crying and panicking. Mr. John worried. Yeah, please, why are you crying? He is fine and he is a very strong man, just like me. So he will be fine, I know. When doctor came outside the operation theatre, you all rushed towards him. Why? Doctor, how is he? Will Jungkook be fine? Who is the cause of Jungkook's accident? How that unknown person related to you? Will their love story be completed? To get all your answers, wait for part 4. Subscribe to my channel please guys and press the bell icon.